Women's Storybook Project of Texas is a nonprofit organization that connects a child with his incarcerated mother through literature. A mother has an opportunity to read a story, and a volunteer records the mother while she reads. She gives a message to the child, and then the book and the tape is sent to the child so he gets to hear his mother read a story.
Hi, Elijah. The book I picked for you today is Mommy. Is that you? Open the page, AJ. They all found their mommy. 1, 2, 3, 4, all back at home with their mom. Turn the page, AJ.
When Mr. and Mrs. Porcupine had their first child, they were delighted. Now he needed a name. Should they call him Spike? No, Spike was too common. Should they call him Lance? No, Lance sounded too fierce. Should they call him Needle Loser? No.
All along the meadow where the cows grazed and the horses ran, there was an old stone wall. In that wall, colors as clearly as if they had been painted in their minds. In the words, Frederick. Frederick cleared his throat, waited a moment, and then said, as if from a stage, he said,
I love this program. I love this program. I can keep saying it. I love this program because, number one, it is so unique, and all prisons should have it. It's just amazing with the children. You know, when they receive this in the mail and they know it's coming from their mother, and then they just read it, they just keep hearing that same story. And they're so excited. They are so excited. And a lot of times they cannot come up here to visit. They cannot, you know, and that's the positive part about it. But they can hear their mother's voice out there. You know, even though mother's here trying to change her behavior, but they also can hear mother's voice, and they know that mother loves them through the sound of her voice.
My name is Debbie, and I enjoyed the book. It makes me feel good to read to my kids to know that they're going to hear me.
Hello, my name is Desiree, and this is my second time with the Storybook. And I read Each Little Bird That Sang to my daughter, and I was very excited because they had a choir, a chorus, and I sung to her. They had the verse in the book, and I sung to her. She's really going to love it. And I just want to thank all you ladies. Thank you.
My name is Crystal, and last time I was here, to my oldest son, I read Where the Wild Things Are, which was a favorite book of mine. And then for my youngest son, this time, I got to choose Corduroy Bear. And that was one of my favorites as a child, too, so I got to send both of them one of my favorites. So maybe it can be one of their favorites. I hope they enjoy it.
I'm trying to think of the offender that participated within the second group. She was very young, and she is still here, but her behavior has just changed. And what I mean by that, she's participating in more programs. We're not hearing any negative in reference to her instigating fights. She is staying to herself, or she's around positive individuals since she's been here. And the only reason why I say that, I had an opportunity to talk to her about 3 weeks ago, and she came up to me and she started crying, and I said, okay, why are you crying? And she said, I just want to say thank you. And I said, okay, what did I do this time? And she said, Storybook, Storybook. And she told me everything that she was doing. She's in GED. She's working on her GED. I mean, just the glow that she had on her, you know, on her face, and the smile. She felt so good. And she told me, she said, Warden Howard, it's from here. It's from here. And I said, yes, that's what it's all about.
One of the things that really impressed me was, in addition to the children and the moms having that connection, was the fact that the impact it had on the inmates themselves. One of the very quiet inmates who would cry at the drop of a hat and would be just so sad and pathetic in a way, we made her mentor in the next session, and from that moment, she held her head high. She was so in charge. She signed up for several other classes, and she became a different person. We noticed that, and she noticed it. And I think that was one of the fringe effects of this wonderful program where moms and their kids connect, but also women connect with themselves.
My name is Val, and the emotion I'm feeling today is overwhelming. I'm really homesick, and I'm just grateful that my kids get to hear my voice when it comes closer to the holidays.
My name's Lori. I feel pretty good, happy. I read The Three Little Pigs, so I love reading. I get into reading, and it's something me and my daughter share together. We always have a real good time, so I think this is awesome.
If we can increase that self-esteem and help them to feel good about themselves, just think when they go out, you know, giving a hug to their child, telling their child, I love you. You know, let's listen to that tape. You know, sometimes I wish we could be out there to see that interaction all the time. But we have to depend on them to call us, or call or write to us and tell us. But yeah, that's why I love this program.
I think this has been a really big blessing, and being chosen for this twice to be able to come back and help the other ladies so that they feel more comfortable, I think that's a blessing too, because they come to me and they ask me questions, and I'm able to explain to them certain things and to make them feel more comfortable in this situation. And I think this is something that should continue to go on, because it really helps mothers bond with their children, that some of them haven't had that bond ever. So it's maybe some of them are being able to establish that from the beginning through the Storybook project. So I really appreciate everything y'all have done for me.
When I give a presentation, there are some people that are hesitant and wondering perhaps why this mother is in prison. Does she deserve this right to read to her child? And my response to them is, because the mother is incarcerated does not mean she loves her child any less. Our volunteers are there because they're grandmothers, they're mothers, they're teachers, they're librarians, and our focus is the child, and we have that feeling toward the child and the love toward the child. Has this program changed you as a person?
It's helping me bond with my son. Right now it's pretty hard because he doesn't know where I'm at, but it's helping me.
As a mother, what do you worry about?
Him forgetting about me. I worry about him forgetting about me and what I look like, and the sound of my voice, and this helps him hear me and know I still love him.
We have received wonderful letters. The offenders have asked their caretakers and their children to write letters. We get them, and I read them to groups to let them know how important this program is. And I received one recently that's very powerful. To all concerned, I just want you all to know no amount of counseling or progressive steps can compare with this wonderful project.
Just to see my grandchildren's eyes light up, a smile on their face to hear their mommy's voice reading a storybook. This book is so awesome, the project is so dynamic, and I want you to know from my point of view, this is such a blessing for my grandchildren. If you could only imagine how happy these two boys were to receive this gift. What a blessing.
And I commend all of you for taking this time to do this. They came to us like showers of blessings. My boys listen to Mommy's voice every night before they go to bed. It gives something to hold on to. Thank you, thank you. It's letters like these that make the program worthwhile.
The little dog laughed to see such a sport, and the dish ran away with the spoon.
There goes the dish and the spoon.
And you'll see a little king blowing some bubbles.
She said turn the page.
Old King Cole was a merry old soul, and a merry old soul.
When we first got the first set of books, we were like really surprised. And actually, I don't think, Tasha did tell us about it, but when we all heard it, all of us started crying. I mean, we just broke down, especially me and her. We're just like, I can't believe that was so good, huh?
Okay, hey Paul Angel, it's me again. I told you I'd be back to read you some more books. So I'm going to read you a book called Once Upon a Lily Pad. And when I get done, you can even open up the very back of the book and there's an awesome painting for you to check out, okay? I love you and I hope you enjoy it. Weren't they the most celebrated frogs in all of France? And so they graciously posed. Do you see the painter, Paul Angel? Catch them off guard. Turn the page.
You see a little mouse? And how many flippers does the penguin have? Just two.
Two.
And how many snowmen do you see?
When I give a presentation about Storybook Project and ask for volunteers, it doesn't take long for someone to inquire and want to know what it takes to be a volunteer and how to go about it. It's a simple process and it doesn't take a lot of technology. It is the fact that you want to connect this child with his incarcerated mother.
I'm Rhonda, and this is my, I don't know, 5th or 6th or 7th, I don't know, month to come. And I am amazed each and every time at each and every one of you. Maybe you don't hear the love in your voice, but I hear it, and if I hear it, believe me, your kids are going to hear it. So know that when you're recording those words, what you are recording is love. I'm telling you.
I have to go back to when I first read about it in my Temple newsletter, and it was just something that was very intriguing, and didn't know a whole lot about it, but I thought I've got to check into this. And I went the first time scared to death and walked away so moved and so changed after the first session that I was totally invested in what we were doing with Storybook Project.
My name is Jane, and this is the second go-round for me. I missed 2 months, and I felt like there was a hole in my heart because I did not get to be with you. I didn't get to say goodbye to the other group. But I welcome all of you, and I will be back, and I'm going to stand in the door and ask for books.
I became involved in Storybook Project because I went to a church in our neighborhood that was offering a presentation of the program, and Judith Tholnig presented it. She did a wonderful job, and I was the person who said I would never do a prison ministry. And as I listened to the presentation of this project and I thought about the children, it just struck my heart, and I knew I had to do it, and that was where I learned about it. That's how I got started with it, and now it's part of my life.
Reading has always been a huge part of my life and my family's life. I think that my kids have been read to since they were in the womb, and it was always a traditional part of our day to end every day with a book.
Storybook to me is a blessing to me. It gives me purpose in my life beyond my own world. Sometimes we get so wrapped up in our everyday, what's important to us, what's important to our immediate family, that we forget about spreading beyond our family. That's just my little tiny way of giving back to somewhere outside the boundaries of my family. Even driving up there and bonding, someone was talking today about the bonding that occurs in the car and the groups between the volunteers. It's a wonderful time together. And so there's that bonding, and then when you get there, you have the feeling of helping the offender, you've helped the prison, you've helped the child, and you've helped yourself. As you walk away, you know inside there's a warm glow that can't be replaced by anything else.
My name is Sylvia. But I just love being here with all of you all. I've been coming for quite a while now. And, you know, we come in from all different walks of life, and you all are here for all different kind of reasons, but we're all mothers, and we have a big bond, and we feel that with each other. I love you all.
We love you too. I'm just so proud to be a part of the program. I really am. I think that it's a fabulous, fabulous effort that will make a huge difference, not only to each individual mother and child who receives the book, but to the community as a whole. That what we're doing is so much more than just touching these individuals. It's making a difference in the community as a whole.
Hi, Brian. This is Mommy. I'm about to read Dead Man's Map to you. It's a 13-chapter book. I'm only going to read half of it. And the first chapter is Dead Messenger. Dead Messenger. Hi, what's that on your hand?
Josh was embarrassed. He turned over his hand so that his cousin Jody could see it more clearly. Cool, said Cody. And ow, what's that all about? Josh, his cousin, Cody and Brian and his uncle Paul with an extended cab. A sign on the side of the truck read, Strickland's Constructions, built to last. My bones are many shapes and sizes. My leg bones are long and straight. Small bones in my back make my spine. You see, Brandon, that's the spine for your back, and that's your leg bone. Okay. I can feel my rib bones in my chest. My rib bones protect my heart, lungs, and stomach. What do the rib bones protect, Brandon?
Heart and stomach.
My heart, lungs, and stomach. Look at your ear bones on page 10. I even have 3 tiny bones inside my ear.
When she reads to me, I feel like she's closer to me. I miss my mom a lot, and this helps me remember her. I love her sending me books and stuff, and I like to hear her voice all the time.
What do you like better, her voice or the books?
Her voice.
The one thing to remember, the one thing that volunteers remember, that the child is the focus of this program. The child is the recipient of hearing the mother read the book. He's the recipient of hearing her say, I love you. We're all mothers. This gives them a chance, the offenders a chance, to tell her child that he's loved.
Today I got to read Love You Always, and it's a real emotional book because it expresses deeply how a mother feels for her child. And so I'm just thankful that I got the opportunity. Well, this gives me the opportunity to let them know that even though I'm away, even though I've made mistakes, it doesn't change how I feel about them. Thank you.